Pope Francis will celebrate Mass in Egypt this weekend before a diverse group of faiths. Orthodox Copts and other Christian churches and Muslims are expected to attend. Last week, I talked to one Middle East expert about the state of Christians in Egypt. Joining us now is Mariz Tadros, a professor at the Institute of Development Studies at the University of Sussex in England, and she's the author of Copts at the Crossroads, the struggle for inclusive democracy in Egypt. Mariz, the Holy Father is visiting Egypt, and it comes at a very tense time for Christians who are being targeted by ISIS. Give us a snapshot of the situation for Christians.
So Christians have had periods of coexistence with Muslims in Egypt for a very long time, with spats of intense encroachments. And what we have seen up to 2014 and 15 is incidents of sectarian violence by local groups, sometimes torching of churches, sometimes acts of attack on individuals and homes. But what we saw is after the ousting of the Muslim Brotherhood government in 2013, Islamists, a combination of groups that supported the ousted President Morsi, started targeting Christians as a way to get back at them for participating in the Egyptian uprising against President Morsi in 2013.
It seems as if it's getting worse and worse. Is that right?
Yes, that is absolutely right. What we are now seeing is a new phase in sectarian targeting, which is of a very different nature. It's different because following ISIS's threat to the Copts, that as infidels they will be targeted, is that we are seeing now bombings of churches. We are seeing people, basically recruits of ISIS, who are willing to give their lives to cause maximum damage. So now we are entering a new phase of targeting, where it's going to be bloodier and more systematic and more organized.
Sure. Christians make up about 10% of the population. What do you expect to happen? What can the government do to protect them, if anything?
The government can take a number of measures. The first of all is obviously intelligence. If there is a sharing of intelligence between the Egyptian government and other governments, bearing in mind that ISIS is a transnational organization, that would tremendously help in trying to identify where the networks are working and how they're working. Secondly is better surveillance of places, especially churches, to make sure that they're not made vulnerable. And thirdly is to address the problem of radical Islamist thinking in Egypt, and to try and find national political projects that bring all Egyptians together.
Mariz Tadros, a professor at the University of Sussex in England. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.